Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Total Body 45. My name is Ty. If you don't already know me, I'm going to be your instructor today, so sorry, you're stuck with me. Try to make the best of it. Before we get started, couple of things. First and foremost, remember that everything we do in here today, this is your workout. This is for you. It's not for anybody else. So anything you feel you need to modify, any kind of movements based off of preference, goal orientation, or maybe any injury or potential for injury, please do. I'm going to do my best to provide you with modifications and different ways of looking at movements as we go along as I can, but never be afraid to change something. I promise you're not going to hurt my feelings. It's totally okay. Also, hydration. I harp on it every time. If you don't have a water source around you somewhere, go ahead and get one. A bottle of water, a canteen. If you have a water fountain in your apartment, that's really cool, but something to keep you hydrated. I'm going to be making hydration checks throughout the class. So just remember your workout, stay hydrated, stay focused, stay ready. These next 45 minutes, we're going to crush it. We're going to go ahead and transition into our warm-up. So we're going to start nice and slow, just with some shoulder rolls. Moving back, shrugging those shoulders up, pulling those shoulder blades together as we roll back. These lights are still bright. Never look directly into studio lights. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring those rolls forward now. Still shrugging up, squeezing those traps. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring it into some head rolls. Chin to chest. Stretching out those neck muscles. I promise I actually know how to pronounce muscles. I learned something in college, I think. And reverse that direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring in some hugs. So we're swinging those arms across, aiming for those opposite lats. If your range of motion only lets you get so far, that's okay. Find that sticking point and work with what your body gives you. Don't try to push yourself to a point that's going to cause some form of injury or discomfort. Work with your body, and it will work with you. Always remember that. Nice big bear hug. Love yourself. All that positive stuff that they pay me to say. No, I'm kidding. Believe it. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it into some chops. Kind of like you're aiming for that opposite shoulder, reaching over and behind the head. Again, same thing as with the hugs. If your range of motion only lets you get so far, work with your body. Couple more good ones here. Perfect. Now we're going to bring it into some arm circles coming forward. Arms out, getting a nice full range of motion in those shoulders. Beautiful. And reverse that direction, coming backwards now. Fix my sleeves. Beautiful. And we're going to finish up this portion. Plant those feet. Give me some trunk rotations. Looking over that shoulder. Excellent. Next part, shake out those arms a little bit. Shake out those legs. We're going to start with some alternating knee hugs. So you're going to pull up, hold for a second, and switch. You don't have to go at my speed. If you can go a little faster and maintain balance. If you want to take it a little slower, you can. Just bringing that knee up and then trying to extend into that stretch without falling a little bit more. Then we're going to switch it up to hamstring curls. Some alternating quad stretches. Bringing that heel up towards the glute, giving a pull and alternating, trying to make sure we keep those thighs parallel so that knee points towards the ground. It might make balance a little more difficult, but it's going to optimize the stretch up the quad. Couple more, and we're going to go ahead and bring it into toy soldiers, opposite hand to opposite foot. Alternating here, kicking them nice and high to stretch out the hamstrings, getting a nice full rotation in the shoulders. Couple more good ones here. Beautiful, y'all. Coming up next, what we're going to do is some open and close the gate. So we're going to start with open. You're going to pick that knee up, open the hip out, and alternate. Hope y'all are as excited as I am. Getting pumped up, getting ready, getting nice and warm at this point. Unlike my other classes, I'm going to try not to say too much dumb stuff. My boss is in the room right there, and she'll roast me. And we're going to go ahead and bring it into close the gate. Same thing, starting from outside, up and in. Although, to be honest, I'm probably still going to ramble a good bit. Good, y'all. Like I've said before, if you've been with me before, just like my track coach used to say, we're stepping over the beach ball. Good. Shake out those legs a little bit more. Last thing we're going to do, you're going to come down into a lunge position. That back knee you're going to go ahead and let rest down on the ground. Still keeping that lead knee behind the toes. And what we're going to do, press forward, hold for a moment, back upright, forward, hold, back, forward, hold, back. Go ahead and switch sides. Forward, hold, back, forward, hold, back. I'm being super repetitive. Forward, hold. Can you guess the next word? That's right. Back. Go ahead and stand it on up. All right, 5:07, good time. Okay, before we get started and before I explain the first circuit, y'all already know what I'm going to say. Grab some water, take a couple sips, hydrate up. I'm going to because I'm super thirsty. All right, keep hydrating if you're hydrating. Keep sipping on that water. So we got our first circuit is going to be a mix of 4 compound exercises. We've got 3 rounds. We're going to work each exercise for 40 seconds, rest for 20 seconds in between. So, and all these exercises, as I'm going to show you, they can be modified with an object of resistance. So if you have a dumbbell set, that's awesome. If not, can of soup, textbook, a light to moderately heavy pet if they're going to sit still for you, a potted plant. You can try to bench press the couch, but I don't recommend it. Anything you can use that adds a little bit of weight, you're welcome to, but it's not going to be absolutely necessary. Just keep that in mind. Our first exercise is squat to press. So if you have anything to hold on to that could look like this, holding it here or holding the one weight here, we'll come down into our squat, head and chest nice and proud, knees behind the toes. As we come up to the top, press all the way through our shoulders overhead and back down. If you have no objects of resistance, that's fine. We can turn this into a mix of a shoulder mobility exercise as well. Coming down into our squat, up, extend up overhead, nice big stretch all the way through the lats, up through the arms, down, squat, extend up. Second exercise is RDL to bent over row. So for this one, we're here, we hinge forward, pushing the hips back, feeling that strain in the hamstrings. When you're here, go ahead and pull those elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades, back down and up, contracting those muscles in the back. You can also hold weights or any object of resistance here to add a little bit to it as well. After that, we've got calf raise to high pull. What that would look like, any objects that you have, come up on your toes, squeeze those calves. As you come back down, pull up, elbows flaring out, not back, but out to the side. Back down and back into our calf raise. Same thing goes if you have no weights or objects of resistance, that's fine. Come up, down, and just focus on that motion and contracting those muscles. Training them to work in this movement pattern, squeezing the traps at the top. And then our last one is lunge to curl. So you can do a forward lunge or you can do a reverse lunge. If you have any knee issues or knee pain going on, I would recommend a reverse lunge. It tends to put less impact on the knee joints, keeps them safer, keeps them feeling happier for longer. But as we come into our lunges for this one, again, weights or no weights doesn't matter. As you come to the bottom, curl, back upright, alternate sides. You can be holding dumbbells or just contracting that muscle, teaching that movement pattern. So those are our 4 exercises. If you already forgot some of it, that's okay. I'm going to be here to remind you throughout. But remember, we have those 4 for 3 rounds, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get ready. Hype yourselves up, dedicate your space. But remember, we're starting with our squat to press. Getting started for 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remember, as we squat, we can either have our objects of resistance and press up, making sure to extend all the way through that shoulder. Or if we just have our body weight, we can come up, raise the shoulders up, stretch all the way through the lats. If your focus is just lower body today and you just want to do squats, that's totally fine. Remember, this is your workout, not mine, not anybody else's. Y'all are already over halfway through. Keep on pushing. 10 seconds left. And then we got a little bit of rest. 5 to go. Stick with me here for 3, 2, 1, and good. You got 20 seconds to recover. Up next is that RDL to bent over row. So we're working on our hamstrings and our back muscles. 10 seconds left. Get ready. Remember, keep moving in periods of rest just a little bit. Keep the blood flowing. We got 3, 2, 1, and go. Pushing those hips back. Head and chest are still nice and proud. Feeling that strain in the hamstrings. At the bottom, we're going to pull up, squeeze those shoulder blades, back down, come back up, squeeze the glutes at the top. You can be holding weights or not, it doesn't matter. The contraction of that muscle is just as important. Teach those muscles, teach your body how to move as a unit in this pattern to get the most effectiveness you can out of each movement, out of each repetition. Y'all only got 10 seconds left. Stick with me here. Rest coming up in 5 seconds. Keep it up for 3, 2, 1, and good. Beautiful, y'all. Calf raise to high pull is up next. Remember, we always take that first round to kind of get ourselves familiar with the movement. We can really go beast mode after that. So if it takes a little time to get the kinesthetics down, to get the body awareness, that's okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remember, we're coming up. As we rock back down, elbows out, squeeze those traps. Really squeeze those calves at the top. You can be holding weights for this or not. Remember, it's totally up to you. Whatever fits your journey best. I always say it, we all are on the same path, but we walk at different speeds. And maybe some of us take a little side trail from time to time. That's okay. It's all about the journey, because really, is there much of a destination, or are we always continuously exploring? 10 seconds left. Here we go. Beautiful, y'all. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. 1 exercise left in this first round of the circuit. That's our lunge to curl in like 11 seconds, now 10 seconds. Dedicate that space. Lunges do take up a little bit of movement area. We got 3, 2, 1, and go. So as we come down to the bottom, curling up, squeezing those biceps. Remember, when you come down into that lunge, that lead knee stays behind the toes. Head and chest up nice and proud, about a 90-degree angle with both legs. Perfect, y'all. Keep it up. When you're doing that curl, trying to keep this upper portion of the arm pinned to the side, moving at the elbow, flexing the arm. You got about 10 seconds left. And remember, if those knees are giving you issues, a reverse lunge will help take some of that impact off of the joint. Excuse me. 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful, y'all. That's round 1 out of the way. We got 2 more rounds. in this circuit, and then we have like other stuff to do. Don't worry, it's not just this. Promise. Friday went by fast. I'm tired. All right, we're back at the top in 3, 2, 1, and squat to press. Here we go, y'all. And remember, you don't have to move at my tempo. Move as fast or as slow as you want to go. Just make sure that you're not taking and prioritizing speed over the quality of your movements and your form. It's cool to do a lot of stuff super quickly, but if you're not doing it right, there's no benefit to be had. Remember, keep conscious, treat your body right, and I promise you, it will treat you right back. 10 seconds left here, y'all. Good work. Stick with it. Get nice and deep in those squats. Reach up nice and high overhead with those shoulders and arms and everything attached to them. And good. In our rest period, I hate these belts. Coming up next, we have our RDL to bent over row in like 10 seconds. Remember, keep moving just a little bit in these rest periods. Keep your blood flowing. We got 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, pushing those hips back. Feeling that strain here in the back of the thighs down along the hamstrings. Pull, squeeze the shoulder blades, keep those elbows in tight. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Perfect, y'all. Keep with it. Keep breathing nice and steady. In the nose, out the mouth. There we go, y'all. Beautiful. Keep it up. You got about 15 seconds left. Stick with it. Do not quit. Think of how incredible it is already that you showed up to not even an in-person class at 5 p.m. on a Friday evening. Y'all are a different breed, and it's the best kind of breed you could be. 2, 1, and rest. The kind of people that don't let the weekend get them in a lazy position, that know their goals and tackle them no matter what time of day, no matter what day of the week. I imagine y'all are probably tired. I know I am. It's the end of the week. It's been a long week, but here you are anyways. We have our calf raise to high pulls coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Up nice and high on those toes. Rock back down to the heels. Squeeze the traps. Beautiful. Y'all remember to breathe with every movement. Don't want to hold our breath. We want to supply our muscles with oxygen. Let them get the most out of everything. That way our body works for us just like we work for it. This is all about synergy with one's mind and one's body. Your physical being is just as strong as your mental being is. Always remember that. 10 seconds left. Here we go. Beautiful. Y'all stick with it. You're coming close here in 3, 2, 1, and good. Lunge to curl up next, and then we're done with round 2. Time really does fly when you're having fun. I'm going to assume y'all are having fun because I'm having fun. This is just a fun time in general. Less than 10 seconds here. Getting ready for those lunge to curls. Get that space set. Get your intentions ready in 3, 2, 1, and go. Y'all hear me use the word intention a lot, especially if you've been here the past couple of weeks with me. That's because I believe that movement needs purpose. Movement needs intention. You always have to have your eyes set on your goals when you're doing what you're doing. I believe that when you know why you do what you do, you will do it that much better. So always remember that. Always remember to give purpose to what you do. Don't just move just because it seems cool. Move because you got a reason today, tomorrow, and every day. Almost there. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and good. Perfect, y'all. Round 2 out of the way. Out of 3, we got 1 round left, and then we're going to move on to something else. Yeah. Less than 10 seconds. Stick with me here, y'all. You only got to do this one more time. We're back with the squat to press or shoulder raise in 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and deep, or as deep as your body will let you. Again, remember, work with the range of motion that your body gives you. You may not go as deep as me, and that's okay. I've been working on squats for years. There are people that can get significantly deeper than me. It's all about what your body will give you. Work with it. Give it the energy you want it to give back. And in no time, you'll be seeing new heights you never thought you could reach. Beautiful, y'all. Stick with it here. We're almost there. 10 seconds left. Last time we have to do this motion today. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and good. Up next is going to be our RDL to bent over row. And remember, y'all, I'm only saying this because I'm feeling a little thirsty, but I'm going to wait till the circuit's over. At any point that you feel like, I really need some water, or I need a second to shake out the limbs, do it. That's okay. 3, 2, 1. RDO to bent over row. It's always okay. Always listen to your body. It knows you a lot better than I do. If it says, hey, you need to hydrate real quick, take a second to hydrate. I'm not going to jump through the screen and yell at you for grabbing a sip of water. If I could jump through the screen, it would be to congratulate you for listening to your body and taking care of it. As you're doing those rows, remember, keep those elbows in tight. Power them through to the back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 10 seconds left. 5 to go. You got it. Come on, stick with me here for 3, 2, 1, and good. We're coming into our calf raise to high pull. Remember, if you're in the beginning of your journey, one of the best things you can get out of stuff like this right now is not necessarily whether or not you're using weights. It's teaching your body that pattern of movement, how to correctly execute that form and get the most out of every rep. 2, 1, calf raise to high pull. Remember, with that high pull, trying to make sure that those elbows, are coming out to the side, letting you retract those shoulder blades and squeeze those traps. Beautiful, y'all. Keep pushing. Here we go. Last time we got to do this circuit. We got halfway through. It's about 20 seconds left. Whew. Good warm-up for my calves. Tomorrow's leg day. They're going to feel it. Less than 10 seconds. Also just did shoulders before I came here, so this is so much fun. 2, 1, and good. All that's left is the lunge to curl, and then we've got more stuff that I will explain after the lunge to curl. 10 seconds left. Get ready here, and remember your options: forward, reverse, whatever's most comfortable. We got 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, move at your tempo, move at your pace, set your own intentions. Don't worry about anybody else. No one is walking your path but you. No one is on your journey but you. You may have friends walking beside you, and that's incredible. Like if you're working out with someone right now, that's awesome. Motivate each other. Walk alongside each other, but remember, at the end of the day, the steps that you take have to be taken and can only be taken by you. Less than 10 seconds here, y'all. 3, 2, 1, and good. Perfect, y'all. We turn this off. That's 3 rounds out of the way. Before I get into what's next, do me a favor. Whether you have or have not been frequently throughout, go ahead, take a second, grab some water, catch your breath. We'll jump right back in. Lord knows I need some. Up next, keep hydrating if you're hydrating. Keep resting if you're resting. Remember, move around a little bit. Don't just like plop down on the couch and wait for me to say what's next. Side step a little bit. Step in place. Dance. I can't dance, so I'm not going to demo that because this is a group fitness class, not a stand-up comedy routine. So what we're going to have is a 12-minute AMRAP. If you're not familiar with the term AMRAP, it means as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible. So what it is, I'm going to give us a list of exercises with reps attached. And you just kind of go through that as many times as you can at a 12-minute time limit. I know it seems a little wonky when it comes to an online kind of format, but I'm going to be continuously cycling through the exercises, both by doing them and by saying them so that you can kind of get a clear pattern in your head of what to do next. This is a very at your own pace kind of activity. I really, really like it because it lets people know that, hey, I'm in control of how hard I push. So push yourself. Take the rest that your body needs, but push past those limits that you think are there, because I promise you can go further than what you might think. So our exercises are relatively basic ones, but like also super awesome. So the first one is jumping jacks. We have 20 of them. You can jump them. You can step them out. If you choose to step them out, 10 each side to equal a total of 20 works awesome. If you want to do 20 each side for a total of 40 just because you're like super duper excited, I'm not going to stop you there. After that, we have inchworms. We've got 8 of them. So inchworms, reach up nice and high. Bring those hands down to the ground, walk them out into that plank position. If you want to add a push-up, you're more than welcome to, but there's going to be more push-ups soon, don't worry. Walk the hands back in and reach back up nice and tall. If you were coming down to the ground or coming back and your knees bend a little, that's okay. You saw my knees bend. You don't have to be completely straight leg the whole time. A little bend in the knees is perfect. After 8 inchworms, we have cross punches, 10 per side. This is something that can be modified by holding a weight in your hands, but I recommend a relatively lighter weight because once you're extended out here and you don't have the foundation of your body underneath, gravity really becomes more of an enemy than anything else. So you're in this athletic stance, you're in the squat position, you punch across the body, extending all the way through the shoulder. Notice I'm pivoting on my back leg of whichever direction I'm punching. That is to help turn with the hips, keeping the knee safe from any kind of torque-related injury. Once you get an injury in the knee, it's very, very complicated. This is going to help keep it safe and give you more power to really punch across. So 10 each side. You can hold a weight or not. It's totally up to you. After that, we have push-ups, 10 of them. And I know right now you probably are like, I already forgot the first thing. Like I said, I'm going to be cycling through, don't worry. Push-ups can be done on your toes or on your knees, whatever you're most comfortable with. Just making sure to break that 90 with the elbows and push back up. And then the final one, we have lateral lunges, 10 each side. So that's, I know we were doing forward and reverse before, to the side right here. If you really don't like lateral and you're like, I'm okay with just doing more forward or reverse lunges, that's totally okay. Like I said, your workout, your journey. Don't let me be the end-all be-all. I'm simply someone who has the tools to give you a guide map to your road of greatness, or some other analogy. I'm not very good at like metaphors or whatever, or at a lot of things. Okay, so we're going to have 12 minutes on the clock. Remember, our first exercise is 20 jumping jacks. I'm going to keep cycling through them for you, but just keep moving. Keep moving towards your goals. We've got roughly 18 minutes left of class. Y'all got this. Starting our clock here in 3, 2, 1, and go. We're starting with those jumping jacks. Counting out 20 of them. Unfortunately, I can't count for y'all because I can't see you. So do your best. I know I'm not good with numbers, but I've already lost count because I'm also running my mouth. After these jumping jacks are going to be the 8 inchworms. So just keep that in mind. Remember, you can also step these out, modify them a little bit. Those inchworms, reaching up nice and high. And remember, you don't got to move at my pace. If you're still on jumping jacks, that's fine. I'm just trying to keep a relatively moderate pace so that I can continue to remind you guys what we have in our circuit. Beautiful, y'all. Keep pushing. If you're flying through this and you're already near the end of the inchworms, remember that it's cross punches up next. Cross punches being here. Remember that pivot and that full extension, trying to keep up at that shoulder height. You can go fast or slow. And remember, wherever you are is okay. Take this at your pace. You move with what your body has to offer. Push a little bit, but don't exhaust yourself to a point of no return. After those cross punches are push-ups on your toes or on your knees, 10 of them. Remember, the cross punches were 10 each side. Push-ups are 10 total. I mean, it's not really a one-sided thing, but you know what I mean. Breathing in nice and deep on the way down. Out on the way up. Making sure that we're never holding our breath. Remember, breathing is a whole part of the process. Supplying your muscles with oxygen is super, super important. And then after the push-ups comes those lateral lunges, 10 each side. And we're just cycling down this list as many times as we can. I always want to remind people when it comes to an AMRAP, I know it's tempting to say, hey, I'm going to knock them out as much as I can in this time that I'm given. But I urge you, don't sacrifice your form for the sake of speed and quantity. It's always about quality. If a movement isn't done right, why do it? We want to focus on that form. We want to focus on staying safe and staying as effective as possible. We want to make sure that, exercise is tiring. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of every repetition so that by the time you're worn out and ready to be done, you've done everything that you could have possibly done in the time frame that you're given. Beautiful, y'all. In these lateral lunges, remember the head and chest is up, nice and proud. Once you hit those lateral lunges, you cycle back up to the top, which again is our jumping jacks. And at any point, like what I'm about to do, remember, as I always highly, highly recommend, grab some water, hydrate, stay hydrated, listen to your body. The human body is incredible at letting you, as its pilot, know when it needs something. So when you're thirsty, it means you need water. Drink the water. Water good. Beautiful, y'all. We're reaching about that 4-minute mark. Y'all killing it. Remember, you can also step out these jumping jacks. To kind of give you a comprehensive rundown of the list, remember it's 20 jumping jacks, 8 inchworms, 10 each side of the cross punches, 10 push-ups, 10 each side of lateral lunges. Just in case you were at a point kind of like, he's not where I am, what comes next? That's the list. And if you can't remember one, but you know like all the others, and you're like, I'm just going to do the next, just keep moving. Just keep pushing. Beautiful. What was I just doing? Cross punches. But always remember these safety cues. This pivot in the back leg, I cannot stress it enough. And aside from just keeping your knees safe, it helps you generate more power. I don't know how many fights y'all have been in, but like, that punch is in the hip. That's where that power comes from. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you guys how to fight, but I guess we'll find out. Beautiful, y'all. Keep it up. I'm going to move on into some push-ups. But remember, just because you might not be at the spot that I'm at doesn't mean anything. Take it at your pace. Just keep moving, keep breathing, keep up that intention, keep up that focus. Picture your goals, put them right in front of you. Whether you're looking at the ground for push-ups, if you're looking ahead of you for lunges, whatever it is, that goal is right there staring you in the eyes, and you're staring back. And you're not going to be the first one to blink. You're going to catch up to that goal. It's going to be yours. Beautiful, y'all. We're about 5 minutes and 40 seconds in. I'm looking at the clock. I'm going to make a little alteration here. I know I said 12. We're going to make this a 10-minute AMRAP because I want to try to squeeze in a little bit of core for us before we move into our cool down. I got to make sure we're on point with time here because I told Jackie that I didn't need reminders of like the time. She looked at me funny, so like now I can't go over time. Otherwise she'll make fun of me. And I'm like super sensitive. Here we go, y'all. Always remember, keep breathing. Just like with regular squats, kind of in this leg here that bends, setting back the hips a little bit so you can make sure that that knee doesn't go far over those toes. Beautiful, y'all. We're coming near the end. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Stick with me. Remember, this is the difference right here. What you're doing is what makes champions. Where people might say, it's the end of the day, it's the end of the week. I'm just going to go ahead and rest. You say, no. You got up, you said, I'm going to work. Even if it's for 45 minutes, for 60 minutes, whatever. You're putting in the effort, you're putting in the sweat, you're putting in the grind. This is what separates you from people who don't reach their goals. You're something better. You're something bigger. And if you don't realize it now, you will in no time, because eventually you're going to be looking at yourself. You're going to be looking at what you're doing one day, and you're going to stop and you're going to go, I dreamed one day about being here. And now that I reflect on the goals I have now, they're bigger than anything I ever imagined I would even be looking at. But you have to stick with it. The fact that you're still here 34 minutes later after dealing with me for all that time, which, by the way, congratulations, that's a feat not many accomplish, means that you're dedicated. Stay dedicated. We're 7.5 minutes in. You got 2.5 left. Keep moving through these exercises. Keep hydrating when you need it. Just keep moving. Keep breathing. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Where am I at? Jumping jacks. Whoa. Beautiful, y'all. Keep it up. Come on. Staying on these toes, or you can step them out. Y'all got it. It's not fun to sweat between like having on glasses plus having on this thing. Plus like 2 nose rings. You gotta wipe your face and you're ripping something out. Less than 2 minutes to go, y'all. Here we go. Do some inchworms. Whew. Keep pushing, y'all. We're in the home stretch. We're about 8.5 minutes and we have a minute and a half left. We'll do some core, nice quick core circuit, and then we'll cool down. Y'all are almost there. The end is in sight. Stick with it. You don't stop right before the finish line because, hey, I got bored, it's whatever. No, you finish the race. We're almost done. We've got less than 10 minutes on this course. Stay with me, stay with the pack, stay with each other. If it feels hard, I want you to remember that on the other side of your screen, not only am I here with you, but there's other participants doing this with you as well. Just like they're next to you in a classroom, they're next to you in spirit. They should be motivating you. You should be motivating them. Remember, what each of you have in common is the fact that you are dedicated enough to be right here, right now with me today. You got less than a minute. I always say time flies when you're having fun, but it also flies when you're like rolling your eyes listening to me talk. Less than half a minute, y'all stick with it. We move through the very last second when we do these things. We don't stop early, we don't stop before the buzzer. You got less than 20 seconds. There's a mirror on both sides of me, so I always see myself. It's super weird. Hi, Ty. In 3, 2, 1, done. Beautiful, y'all. Good work. Boop, boop. I'm going to say it. You know I'm going to say it. Hydrate. Grab some water. Even if you just had a sip of water like 30 seconds ago, get another one. All right. We got a little bit of time here, so we're going to have 2 rounds of core. We're going to have 3 exercises. The first one is going to be an A twist. So what that's going to look like, you're in kind of your seated boat pose position. You're here, hands up, down to the side. We're going to do 5 each side, taking that at your own pace. Then we're going to get down, reverse crunch, so your hands can either be underneath the tailbone or out to the side or on your chest, whatever's most comfortable for you. But we're going to start here in this 90-90, extend out, pull back in. We're going to do 8 of those. And then we're going to finish up with, what am I finishing up with? Around the worlds. So then we straighten those legs out, circle, reverse direction, 5 each side. Those are your 3 exercises. I'm going to be here doing them with you. We're starting with those 8 twists. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Trying to get down, really turning with the torso. If you want to just do seated twists as well, that's okay. Remember, move at your pace, not at mine. Once you're done, we have reverse crunch. You're going to lay back down. Take a deep breath. 8, out. And pull in. Remember, you can also have your hands here underneath the tailbone. This is the last little bit we got before the cool down, y'all. The stretches are the easy part, I promise you that. My glasses are fogging up. I can't see without my glasses. Once you're done with those reverse crunches, we have the around the worlds, 5 each direction. Making nice big circles. If you don't like those, if you're like, nope, 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 that's not it, that's not for me, you can go ahead and revert down to some penguins. Nice good oblique exercise. Plant those feet, Shoulder blades up. Swing to the side, tap the heel. And the other side. Also 5 each side. I've said it before and I'll say it again just because I love them so much. Penguins are one of my favorite animals. They're so funny. They waddle. They're birds. They can't even fly. They're so cute. Beautiful, y'all. Again, wherever you're at, that's okay. Keep pushing. I'm just kind of monologuing through things to keep us reminded of what we're doing. We have one more round to finish up, so we're back. If you've finished, up at those 8 twists, 5 each side. You can also do seated twists, aiming those elbows back behind you. You can have your feet on the ground or up in the air, whatever level you prefer to be sitting at right now. Once you get those 5 per side, we come down for 8 reverse crunches. Come on, y'all, you got it. Once you finish your reverse crunches, that's when we come back to our around the worlds or our penguins. So around the worlds again. Good old circles, 5 each direction. Or you can come down here, swing, 5 each side. I'll give you a couple more seconds before I move on from here. Remember, where you are is good. Keep pushing through. Keep that core nice and tight. Pull that belly button in towards the back. Engage. Keep your body nice and stable. And remember, keep breathing nice and steady in the nose, out the mouth. These are the last few reps you got to do, the last exercises of the day. So don't quit now. You're almost there. You are literally seconds away from stretching it out and being done and being able to appreciate and love the 45 minutes of awesome that you just endured, that you just friggin' took down. As y'all are finishing up those core exercises, what I'm going to go ahead and do is transition us into kind of our cool down. Meet me here when you're ready and comfortable. What I'm going to go ahead and start with is a nice butterfly stretch. So we're going to stay on the ground. That's where we are. That's where we'll start. So pulling those feet in, heels or bottom of the feet together, holding on those toes, pushing out lightly on those inner thighs with those elbows. This is, in my opinion, one of the best parts of any class, of any session, because now is the time that you really get to reflect. Look back at, it's hard to look at it in the moment when you're doing it, but now that you're done, look at everything you just accomplished over those past 30 to 40 minutes. It was incredible. What you just did is incredible. Go ahead and stick those legs out in front of you. Bring one over, hug the knee towards the chest. When this kind of stuff isn't for someone who isn't ready to buckle down and say, I'm gonna crush it. That's exactly what you did. You're still here with me. I appreciate you being here with me. I go, this is what I look forward to every week. Your boy works 60 hours a week. Everything's tiring, and then as soon as Friday hits, I go, I get to teach total body. It's a good day. It's a great week. Go ahead and switch. Now, if I'm correct, and I'm pretty sure I am, this is our last class, at least for me, for Summer B. And we should be coming out with our fall schedule soon, so keep an eye out for that. So I just want to let y'all know what we're going to do next is we're going to switch it over into a downward dog-like position, crossing one foot over the other ankle and pushing back into a calf stretch. What I just want to let you all know is that I am incredibly appreciative of those of you that have been here, those of you that are here now, just being a part of this for us, taking us up on these chances to do these virtual classes and still continue to help you through your fitness journey. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my, the professional staff above me and to my instructors beside me. Go ahead and switch, because this is what we live for. This is what we love to do, is to help y'all, to support y'all, to give y'all the tools you need. And the fact that you're here and you're dedicated gives us the ability to do what we love the most alongside y'all. I said y'all a lot. You can tell I'm from the South. Good. Both feet on the ground now. We're going to push those hips into the ground for a Cobra Pose. I think that's what this is. I don't do a lot of yoga. I'm not one of our yoga instructors, but I'm pretty sure they call this Cobra. If not, you can laugh at me. It's okay. Hands underneath those shoulders. A nice deep breath. Go ahead and sit back on those heels. Tuck the head in for a child's pose. This one I know is called that. I'm like 95% sure. We're here for a few more seconds. Go ahead and slowly stand on up. Roll up the upper body. Make the head the last thing to pop up. That's all I got for y'all today. Thank you again so much for being here with me. Look for my name places on the fall schedule. I'm pretty sure Jackie's not going to fire me after today, so fingers crossed. But until then, until I see y'all again, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay in motion.